Guardian Tales recently unveiled their latest character, Rimuru Tempest, as part of their third collaboration. As the protagonist of the anime, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, Rimuru's attacks and skills are directly inspired by the series. But the burning question remains, is Rimuru worth summoning? Join us in this video as we delve deep into Rimuru's abilities, exclusive weapon, and item builds. Later in this video, I will give my personal thoughts on whether he's worth the investment. Let's go straight to his abilities. Rimuru's has a party buff of melee damage plus 50%. He also has a weapon skill regen speed plus 4% and a skill damage plus 4%. This party buff works great for teams that rely on close-range combat and can be quite effective in different game modes when used correctly. His normal attack is called Arts. It is separated into a normal attack and a character skill. Amputation. Swings a sword to inflict melee damage to enemies. When I experimented with his basic attack, it brought to mind the experience of using Marina, but it's noticeably faster when approaching enemies. You're free to utilize it across various game modes, except for Colosseum due to its lack of targeting priority. Shadow Motion. Moves close to the enemy while hiding in the shadows to inflict melee damage. This skill proves beneficial for both evading and engaging enemies, serving as a valuable addition to Rimuru's arsenal. It's suitable for all game modes. His chain skill is called Megiddo. It is airborne to injury, refracts sunlight to a single point and reflects it to inflict 350% of DPS as melee damage. It is an area skill, which means it targets the ground. Don't delay this skill too much because enemies can run and dodge it. You can utilize this chain skill in any game mode. His special ability is called Ultra Speed Regeneration. When HP hits 0, recovers 5% HP instantly and an additional 45% in the span of 3 seconds. Ultra Speed Regeneration activates once every 30 seconds. The special ability is quite simple and direct. It serves as a survival skill, useful for escaping one-shot scenarios or prolonging survival to defeat enemies. While it can be used in any game mode, its significance is less pronounced in raid content. Now let's see his exclusive weapon. His exclusive weapon is called Rimuru's Blade, and it's an epic one-handed sword. His weapon stats are well-balanced, falling neither into the category of high meta stats nor very low stats. You can make use of this weapon stats effectively in any game mode. The ability of its weapon is as follows. On hit, inflicts an additional 40% of DPS as melee damage with a 50% chance and reduces water-type resistance by 30% for 3 seconds. When using Gluttony, increase allies' attack by 30% for 5 seconds. The reduction in water resistance is highly effective when facing raid bosses, particularly those of the fire element. Boosting the attack of all allies is a valuable addition for enhancing party-wide DPS against boss monsters. This weapon ability can be employed across various game modes with effectiveness. His weapon skill is called Gluttony. It is level 5. It has 250% DPS and a cooldown time of 8 seconds. Drains enemies' power to inflict melee damage. Puts them in an airborne state. This weapon skill is incredibly user-friendly, allowing you to aim it in any direction with ease. This versatility makes it valuable in all game modes. Now, let's evaluate his overall kits. Following our checklist, here's my suggestion. You can employ Rimuru in story mode owing to his special ability, which enables him to endure tough boss battles and evade death in various traps. However, including a healer in the party is advisable, as he lacks significant self-healing capabilities. You can enjoy utilizing Rimuru in the arena, where his agility stands out. Despite his slow, heavy strikes, he swiftly closes the distance on foes as a melee combatant. His special ability allows him to evade instant defeat and recover some health, improving his ability to survive battles. Moreover, his weapon skill is effortless to aim, ensuring you never miss your target, further enhancing his performance in the arena. Rimuru can be employed in the 3 vs 3 arena to counter fire element enemies, although he doesn't excel as much as tanks and ranged characters. However, he brings valuable abilities to teamfights, such as his weapon passive to increase all allies' attacks, AoE chain skill, and effective kiting weapon skill. I wouldn't suggest Rimuru for the Colosseum because he lacks a prioritized attack, unlike other melee characters like Beth and Sohi, who can target ranged and support enemies more effectively. Rimuru shines in Guild Raid and Boss Rush, particularly when paired with a melee water element team, revitalizing the mono-water melee strategy. His weapon ability significantly boosts DPS over time by shredding water defenses, while also enhancing all allies' attacks by 30% whenever he employs his weapon skill. Rimuru can be utilized in Expedition, although he may not be the top choice due to his limited AoE capabilities. Nonetheless, he can still prove useful in certain situations, especially when facing the Fire Element final boss monster, where his character and weapon abilities can synergize effectively. While Rimuru might not stand out as much as other characters in cooperative stages, he can still be effectively utilized given appropriate gear, and when the primary goal is completing the stages. I wouldn't suggest using Rimuru for cooperative defense, because the primary objective is to take out multiple monsters simultaneously, and he lacks area of effect capabilities in both his normal attacks and skills. While Rimuru may not shine as brightly as some other characters in Kamazone, he can still serve as a viable option against fire-type enemies. His party synergy may also prove beneficial in certain situations. Now, let's discuss the item builds. Beginning with the defensive build, this setup is ideal for World Story, Arena, Colosseum, or any game mode that demands survivability. For weapons, his exclusive weapon is recommended due to its special ability, fostering synergy with party members. As for accessories, opt for high toughness ones with favorable skill damage and skill regen speed attributes. Regarding cards, 2 HP cards are suggested. For merchandise, equip Marina's Shark keychain and max its level for heightened HP and defense stats. You can replace it with the Mad Panda Trio trophy for the final build. For the relic, select Salmon Ringing for its HP party buff. Aim for defense, HP, and skill damage for basic options, and consider adding a crit hit multiplier for sub-options. If focusing on PvP, enchanting PvP damage may also be beneficial. Now let's delve into the DPS build. This setup is ideal for Expedition, Boss Rush, Guild Raids, or any game mode that demands high damage output. When it comes to weapons, Rimuru's exclusive weapon is the top choice due to its special ability, which enhances water team synergy for dealing substantial damage to fire monsters. For accessories, if Rimuru is used as a leader, opt for Minotaur's Necklace with a water-type attack sub-option. As a team member, prioritize accessories with high crit hit chance and attack stats, such as Sniper Goggles and Sharpshooter. As for cards, if Rimuru serves as a leader, equip him with 2 skill damage cards. If he's a team member, use 2 attack cards to boost damage. For merchandise, select either Sample Statue of Bravery or Invader Mothership Replica, depending on the enemy's HP. When choosing a relic, go for Holy Vow for its attack party buff. Aim for attack, crit, and skill damage for its basic options, and ensure to enchant for a crit hit multiplier sub-option. You can also consider enchanting it with damage to boss monster if you plan to focus on raids and rush. Overall, Rimuru Tempest proves to be a dependable character, particularly standing out in guild raids where his abilities truly excel. His weapon skill, combined with his unique ability, renders him an excellent option for leading a team, augmenting party attacks by 30%. Additionally, his capability to diminish water resistance, coupled with the plus 50% melee damage party buff, further enhances his effectiveness. While he may not be tailored specifically for arena battles, you can still derive enjoyment from using him in that setting. However, it's worth noting that he may not be the most optimal choice for Colosseum battles due to certain limitations. I hope this review helps you in determining whether to invest in him or not.
헤이! 클러트니! 내기도! 인다크! 묘! 누구를 클러트니! 야나! 잣! 클러트니! 잣!
That's all for now. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.